Welcome back, y'all. It's Nug. Today we're diving into a galaxy far, far away with Star Wars Outlaws. This new open world adventure promises to be the most immersive Star Wars experience yet, and your boy is here to tell you if it delivers or not. Now, for those who do not know, Star Wars Outlaws puts you into the boots of Kay-Vess. Kay-Vess is a bounty hunter navigating the criminal underworld. Now, this story is pretty straightforward. Kay gets caught up in some trouble after a heist gone wrong, which leads you on an adventure and essentially becoming a thief for hire throughout the Star Wars galaxy. Now, gameplay and combat is going to be the talk of the town with this one, and buckle up because I got a lot to say. For the most part, in my opinion, you either love or hate the gameplay. I personally love it. First and foremost, what's important to note, Kay-Vess is not a Jedi, so she won't be using the Force or have powers or wielding lightsabers, etc. Instead, she takes a more stealthy approach, which is pretty on par for a human being in the Star Wars IP. This wasn't an issue for me, but it's been an issue for a lot of other people, and a lot of folks have been complaining online, so I just wanted to clarify that. If you aren't used to stealth gameplay, go ahead and just skip over to the next video. Just kidding, stay. Anyway, so her being more stealthy allowed me to take advantage of Kay's companion Nix, who in my opinion steals the show. Nix is your Swiss Army knife, your Mr. Fix-It, your do-it-all. He will help you in fetching items, attacking enemies, distracting enemies, as well as security cameras, which is a great touch in my opinion. And so Nix is extremely useful and fun to play and makes the game rather tactical. Outside of Nix, another stealth feature that I loved is punching enemies. Kay hits harder than prime Mike Tyson. I'm not kidding. It's silly, but extremely satisfying. Now, Kay's primary weapon is a blaster pistol, which can be upgraded, and they even managed to add a Red Dead Redemption-like slow-mo-esque shooting mode. But when it comes to shooting, a feature that I love is the ability to pick up enemies' blasters. I had a ton of fun with this feature, however, we'll touch on that more later. By far, my favorite gameplay mechanic is a morality meter. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's where you kind of can adjust good or bad based on your decisions in the game. Now, there are 4 factions that you deal with throughout this game. You can get on their good side and you'll be rewarded with armor, discounts at the shop, free passage into their territory. Get on their bad side and they are going to attack you on sight. And in my opinion, that kept me on my toes throughout my playthrough. There's nothing more cool than roaming the open world and then boom, you're in a fight. And honestly, I love that there are incentives to be both good and bad, pros and cons to both, makes the game balanced. Now, while we're on the topic of choices, another fantastic feature is gameplay decisions that actually matter and affect the gameplay. This made me feel even more immersed into the world, and I cannot praise Ubisoft enough for this. Now, why do I say that? Well, in this world, there's a ton going on. You'll hear random banter in the cantinas. You'll have conversations with NPCs walking around. It just feels alive. There's random choice events that will pop up periodically. Example, I got scammed by an NPC at that. I cannot stress enough how much Ubisoft Massive nailed this open world, and I think this is a Star Wars fan dream. If you are a fan of the series, this world is like none other that we've experienced in a long time.
Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nugget. This is Yo Nug Gaming. Here I love to cover the latest in video game news, reviews, as well as tech. If those are some things that interest you, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos.
So as always, it's that part of the video where I talk about my PS Portal. I'm a big fan of the PS Portal, so anytime I get a game on the PS5, I'm always going to try it over there. I tried this game there, and as usual, it was great. Usually I play games on performance mode to reduce any lag, and this game was no different. If you aren't familiar with the PS Portal, it is a Sony remote play device that runs over Wi-Fi. I have made videos on it, which I'll put on the screen here and also in the links down below. But I put Star Wars Outlaws through the usual test, and it checks all the boxes. While I really did enjoy this game, there are some cons. The first is that there's this weird blur around Kay's hair. I'm unsure what that is. The rest of the world looks great, but for some reason, that part of the game, her hair just had like this weird blur around it. I just couldn't seem to shake that. Also, as mentioned earlier, I love that Kay can pick up enemies, drop weapons, but why can't she keep them? That would have been a fun addition to be able to get other weapons outside of just Kay's blaster. And another thing with the shooting, I don't like that while you're on your speedster bike, you can't actually shoot freely. You have to stick to like the Deadeye type of shooting. I didn't really care for that. So what's the verdict? This game is a must buy for Star Wars fans and fans of great open worlds. People who should maybe steer away are those who may not like all of the stealth, but overall, I recommend this game. Can't praise it enough. But yeah, as always, that's my opinion. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. As always, social media can be really negative. There are a lot of reviews out there I feel like that don't paint a great picture or do this game justice. So don't even take my word for it. Play games for yourself. You never know if you may or may not like an experience. I encourage you, if you can afford it, try it for yourself, man. Catch you guys on the next one.